नमस्ते, मैं हूँ स्वाति व्यास. I hope you remember me. I'm here to convey a message to all of you. We often regret the things we do not say. There are a lot of things I wish I would have said to my father while he was around. I wish I would have told him that how much I appreciate him, that I love him, and this is why I'm grateful for all those times that I could tell this to my mother, how I felt, how much I love her, before she left for her next journey on 10th April at 11 a.m. at Hyderabad. Yes, I'm talking about our beloved and our inspiring Madhu Vyas breathing warrior. I'm blessed enough to call her my ma, and she made sure that I always knew how much she cared. She reminded me every day how important I was. I knew she loved me because she took the time to tell me every now and then. She was an incredible person, and I feel so lucky to be her daughter. I'm expressing my gratitude to her through this video for everything she did for me, my brother, and family. Ma was loved by so many as Madhu Vyas breathing warrior. She always knew how to brighten someone's day, and she made them feel loved and appreciated. Ma treated everybody with kindness and respect. She rarely got mad, and those who know her, they know that if she was mad, she had a pretty good reason to be mad. Her outlook on the life was so inspiring. If you were lucky enough to spend more than 5 minutes with her, I'm sure your life would have changed forever. And I'm so grateful to have her as my mother, who embraced each day, each breath with such optimism. People often say that there is no greater warrior than a mother protecting her child. And I saw that mother giving birth to her life's mission, and she became the fiercest warrior I have ever seen. To take the final call for the lung transplant, I went to see my 2 a.m. at night in Jaipur while she was in the ICU. It was in 10th January, I guess. And I asked her, Ma, do you think all the tasks of this life are done? And she said, no. Out of that BiPAP mask, she said, no. My mission, breathing warrior movement. I had little goosebumps. I looked at her and I asked her, from where do you get all that strength? And she just smiled at me. On 13th January, a tube was put in her throat. A cut was made and a tube was put. It's called tracheostomy. And when doctors made that cut, they told me that she won't be able to speak up till that tube is there. I cried a lot that day. I was so scared that I won't be able to talk to my mom. And after the operation, I went to see her, and some tears rolled down my cheek. And she looked at me and just like this. Or I nodded like that, but I kept on crying. And she tried to say to something to me like she was lip sync like this. So I told her, I'm not understanding what you are saying. And then she wrote on a paper, don't cry. Volume 2 of our book is in making. I just held her hands and She was smiling at me. Ma faced the same thing while she was taking care of my grandparents, her mom and dad. And I saw her do that with such intense love, dedication, faith, and strength. And that is how I got the strength to keep on going while all this period. Strength is not lack of pain, and Madhu Vyas was a true embodiment of this strength. She showed and not only said how to live life happily with a great strength despite of the immense pain. Sadhguru says pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional, and Ma chose not to suffer. I can tell you all the micro details, and I'm sure you all have a lot of questions what went wrong, and I can tell you all the medical science behind it. But how are we sure that it went wrong? Maybe this is how it was supposed to be. If this won't have happened on 10th April, it would have happened 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. Death is inevitable. It is the only truth of life. And so let's instead of focus on what went right rather than going on what went wrong. And even let's focus more on what right can we do now moving forward from this point of time. Never be disheartened by thinking that our prayers were not answered. I believe our prayers became an instrumental weapon. They became the oxygen in this spectacular war for breath, against breath, with breath. Let me tell you a story. When my father passed away, one day crashed. I crashed. I was literally on the floor. I was crying and I was so angry with him that what has he left with me? Only a bunch of hospital bills and a documentation process? And then now, after Ma left, I realize what a legacy my parents have left for me, my brother, and for all of us. And that is hope. I know our inner world has been attacked with despair, fear, confusion, pain, and negative feelings. Getting the news about Ma was not easy. It might feel like suddenly something has stopped our worlds, something as powerful as nothing else in this world, and that is death. Such an attack on our morals removes our happiness, individuality, and our spirit to live. We start to question everything that makes us us. Hopelessness might occupy ample of space in our hearts. We tend to give in and lose our courage to face the life challenges. I understand that, and I totally am feeling like that right now. Like I have lost everything in my life. And every time I feel like that, in my mind, I enter into that ICU room. Whenever I enter into that ICU room, I say, Ma, you are Madhu Vyas' breathing warrior. She just locates me, smiles at me, even on ventilator, hooked with continuous dialysis, so many tubes going and coming out of the body that sight was not easy to bear. She was not able to speak because of the tube in her throat. Body was all swelled up with the water retention. Each cell of the body was swimming in such a pain. And still, this lady, with an oxygen tube on a mission, which I get to say my mother, mustered the strength to smile whoever called her name. Madhu Vyas breathing warrior. Nurses, doctors, whoever went to her room and said Madhu Vyas breathing warrior, she opened her eyes and smiled at them. And that is where I draw my energy. And I continue breathing because I understand the importance of breath. And from that strength, I urge every one of you, draw your strength. You have always said that Ma has inspired you in some or the other way. When you looked at that lady, vibrant, even though with the oxygen tube on your computer screens, for the very first time, just remember that day when you thought, if Madhuji can do it, I can do it. If she can find the solution to every problem in the life, so can I. Remember that day and draw your strength. Do not give up ever in any scenario. And that was always Ma's motto and always message. Breathe and believe in yourself. Sitting into those waiting halls in the hospitals, yes, I was sad. I felt alone. But every time I could find so much love in this world, you, all the breathing soldiers, you helped me in that situation. You let me be who I am meant to be. You gave me back to myself. You made me stronger than ever I thought was possible. And I love you for that. And I'm so thankful. Now that there is light in each one of you, a spirit that cannot be snuffed out, that won't give up, I need you to help me again. I need you to hope. Hope that you will remember that you all are heroes. Hope that you will fight back and thrive when faced with an enemy determined to destroy your spirit. Hope that those who once may have shunned you will come to your aid in the moment of crisis. Hope that you will see the faces of those you love and make those who you have lost, you will make them proud. Hope and do not ever lose it. And as Ma always said, the best thing in this world is to build a bridge of hope on the sea of despair. So I choose in this moment of despair to have that bridge of hope and keep moving forward. Ma was not just one person. Madhu Vyas is an emotion. She is an inspiration, a feeling, a warmth that melts your heart and ignites the fire into your bellies. She is a force of life. And let's all celebrate this wonderful soul in the way that she celebrated life. She was a unique person. She could be so happy to see a fruit, just like somebody will get so happy if they win a Nobel Prize. She was that vibrant and that optimistic person. I have seen her day in and day out, not just as my mother, but as a fierce warrior that she was, and how she solved each and every problem and be resourceful and resilient at the same time. She was an excellent amalgamation of compassion and fire put together in just one person. So let's meet on 10th May at 8 p.m. I will shortly share a Zoom link. Be watchful of this space. Let's celebrate 65 beautiful years of Madhu Vyas Breathing Warrior. Today is 1st May and it is the 66th birthday of Ma. She was there. So let's celebrate on 10th May, 1 month of Ma leaving this planet. Let's celebrate and give her a proper send off just in the way that she took life. Thank you everybody. I'm really humbled and so grateful that I cannot put it in the words for the second chance that you have given, not only to Ma, but to me, my brother, my family, to life, to live. Thank you for always being there. Thank you for showing your immense love, your prayers, your support, your blessings. And thank you for making me feel that I am not alone. We all are in this together. Thank you so much. This is me, Swati Vyas, the daughter with determination on a mission, signing off for tonight. Let's meet to celebrate Madhu Vyas Breathing Warrior on 10th May, 8 p.m. on a Zoom link that will be put on live. Thank you so much. Please accept our sincerest gratitude. Good night.